everybody, and welcome to Virtual Back to School Night. I'm Holly Letterly, and I teach design, photography, and AP art here at Carmel High School. I've been teaching arts at Carmel High for 12 years now, and I have a Bachelor of Arts in Art from Cal State Stanislaus and a Master's of Science in Education from CSU East Bay. My focus of my master's program was in online teaching and learning, so I've had a little bit of fun this year. I'm also the advisor for National Art Honors Society. I think it's really cool. It's a neat program. We call it Art Club most of the time, and it gets students involved in art in their community, both on and off campus. Personally, I'm a contemporary art and experimental art lover, and that comes through in my class. I like to focus on showing students all sorts of new stuff and connect it with historical pieces as well, but really with a focus on the avant garde and where art is going today. My goal is to keep the content of our program fresh and engaging. And in number 5, I truly believe that I have the best job in the world. We have so much fun in my class. I really try to make it focused around making connections with students and giving them the opportunity to really fail, change, and grow. I get to be a part of students learning how to express who they are, and there's really nothing much cooler than that. My philosophy of teaching is really centered around creating a space for trust. The foundation of our program is built on students building connections with each other. A lot of that will come from large and small group peer critique, getting feedback and talking about their work. We haven't got there yet, but most of the stuff we've been doing so far has been lecture based. But after students have developed a significant body of work, then we'll really get into and talk about connecting with each other and building individual artistic voice. I really want to make sure that they trust each other and that they trust me to get that strong feedback that'll help them grow. I really want my students to have individual voice. It's really important to me as an instructor. I'm not a recipe art teacher. We focus on process, and make sure we avoid things that will make all of the art pieces seem or look exactly the same. I love it when I can find a student's artwork in the drying rack or the printer, and it doesn't have a name on it, but I can tell who it came from because they have a strong, distinctive voice and they're not afraid to share it with us. And they feel comfortable delving out and taking risks artistically and then to try new and exciting things. I want my students to reach out into the world, and it's really important for me that all of my students, absolutely all of my students, participate in at least one off-campus art show or event per semester. I make it really easy for them. We have a lot of them that we can participate in online now. Scholastic Art and Writing is one coming up really quickly. That's super easy to do. And it's just an opportunity to get away from our phones, to get our art out of the classroom and away from the same people seeing it all the time, but instead put ourselves out there and really expand the reach of our work and get used to expressing ourselves confidently, in the broader world. As far as art materials from all of my courses, we're going to try and provide absolutely everything that a student needs to be successful. The advanced art classes have already received sketchbooks, and they'll have access to the T series of Canon Rebels, which they can take home. You do have to sign the parent permission on Parent Square before they do that. If they have their own camera and prefer to use it, that's absolutely great too. All students will have access to our classroom iPads with Apple Pencils, Mac laptops, and the Adobe Creative Cloud. Photo One will also have access to film cameras, film processing, and a full black and white darkroom. You should have received a message on Parent Square earlier, like last week or so, probably now when you guys see this, regarding the art materials donation. It also had the release for the using the school materials as well, so the cameras and things. That donation helps cover all the cost of our high quality art consumables, paper, markers, pens, erasers, paint, all that kind of stuff that students use up as they create work. If you have any questions about materials, please don't hesitate to ask. I love to talk about that sort of stuff. And I love when students get to bring in an old camera and we can get it rehabbed and working again, and then they get to keep it with them. I think that's really awesome. It's something very cool that we can do together. So this is our classroom here. Our classroom consists of primarily of 2 spaces. So our actual classroom workroom and the dark room. In our classroom, we also have access to a large format poster printer here-ish. And we also have our mobile computer lab is in there as well. And we have a Epson direct-to-garment printer, too, that students can use in our classroom space. In the dark room, students have a cubby space with a partner to keep their paper and tools. I don't suggest they keep their cameras in their station. Your cameras need to stay with you, and they need to come home. I know that Google Classroom doesn't allow parents to always see all the elements that are on it. So in order to make everything a little easier for everybody, I've put together a site called carmelhigharts.org. If you take a look at it on the students page, it'll have links to all the important documents, your syllabus, our weekly calendar, news events, scholarship opportunities, all kinds of cool stuff that's going on in our room. And I've got samples of student artwork to check out as well. So here's a look at our Google Classroom. This is the one for advanced. I organize everything by week in the intro levels and unit in advanced, and they're numbered from there. There's always an indicator saying what's classwork and what's homework and what's discussion notes. A blue dot indicates work done in class, and a green indicates homework. The push pins are notes or other materials that don't require a submission. The numbers are also in Aries so that students can find missing assignments easily between the two platforms. As far as schedule, we mostly learn about an artist or historical period on Mondays, a related technique or style on a Tuesday. We create something during block, and then finally, we discuss what we created together in a formal or informal critique on a Friday. So I'm happy to chat with you. I absolutely love talking to parents. My email address is hletterly@carmelunified.org. My extension here at the school is 3716. I also have office hours. I love, love, love to talk to students during office hours. Please come see me. And my only prep period is third. So if you need to schedule making up homework or any of that good stuff, you can come do it during third period.